Well, what do we got here? A rainy day project. Let's get it. We haven't done a rainy day project in a while, so I thought that today would be a good day for us to tackle something I've been wanting to do, and that is make some DIY Mini Infernos. So if you've never seen a Mini Inferno, essentially all a Mini Inferno is an impregnated cotton disc. Now it has been impregnated with a combustible, and then it was impregnated with wax to make it moisture resistant, or they even claim it to be waterproof. So it's basically just a surefire to help you get your fire started. So today we're going to work on making our own Mini Infernos. Now the Mini Infernos come in a pack of, I think, 6. I don't own any. I've seen them work, and they do work really well. But they come in a tin that's a pack of 6, and it's about $7 or $8 for a pack of 6. So that's over $1 a piece. But today I've got this pack of 80 woven cotton exfoliating rounds. I just decided to go with some lighter fluid. We'll give it a shot. And then I think we all know I have some leftover beeswax and just some wax paper. So we're going to get this beeswax melting and then see if we can't make us some DIY Mini Infernos. Alright, while that wax is melting, I'm going to take some wax paper and lay it out here on my table, just so I don't get a bunch of wax all over my desk here. Now, I understand that not everybody wants to do DIY projects like this, and that's fine. So what I'll do is I will actually leave a link in the description where you can actually just go and pick up some of the Mini Infernos. That, you know, I understand. Not everybody wants to get into a DIY project like I do. Now, the Mini Infernos were developed by Dave Canterbury and Self-Reliance Outfitters. And, you know, by all means, if you don't want to try to DIY them yourself, go over there, pick them up from Dave, Self-Reliance Outfitters, and take them out and enjoy them yourself that way. This is just my way of DIYing them. You guys know I love to do that kind of stuff. This is not my first go-around, so I've done the waxed cotton balls, I've done the impregnated jute twine. This is just another in the series of DIY endeavors. I just like to see if I can make stuff, so. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Okay, that's melting up pretty good. Now, when I get done with these things, I'm going to have something to put them in, and this came in very handy. So this is one of the containers that my wife puts beard butter in from her soap making company. And they're a 2-inch little metal container. This thing is going to work out really good. It's the perfect size. And the nice thing about this is when I'm out of the Mini Infernos, this can be used to make char cloth. Alright, so I got the wax paper down, and we're ready to go as soon as this thing gets melted up. Now, I decided to go ahead and go with the beeswax instead of the paraffin wax. And the reason I did that is because after kind of looking it up and watching actually a couple videos on it, it looks like the beeswax actually burns longer than the paraffin wax. Maybe not as hot, but it definitely seems to burn longer. So that being the case, I thought that for these, that might be a better option. So we went ahead and went with the beeswax, and we'll just see how that goes. Now, as far as the combustible goes, a lot of folks are using some sort of oil, whether it be a lantern oil or even vegetable oil. But I decided to go with just a simple lighter fluid. I figured since I'm going to be soaking the thing anyway, and then I'm going to immediately be encapsulating that lighter fluid with wax, maybe that thing will hold the lighter fluid in there and it won't evaporate. And worst comes to worst, it doesn't work and it's just waxed cotton. Okay, so in typical Sean fashion, I think I bought the wrong thing. So I got the woven kind, and doesn't seem to want to tear too well. I did go ahead and just dip one and see what happens, and I don't think they're going to tear too well. So my advice would be, if you're going to do this, don't get the woven ones. Now, this will work for me for this particular application. I can just cut them with my knife. It won't be the easiest thing, but it'll work for me for this time. But next time, I'll definitely not use the woven ones. Okay, so I got the lighter fluid here, and I'm just going to put a little coat of lighter fluid on here and dunk this thing in the wax. Well, that seems like a fairly simple little rinse and repeat process, so we'll just go ahead and get a bunch of these done and see how they turn out. Okay, so I've already got a handful of these things done, but I thought maybe I would go ahead and test one of them out just to see how it does before I keep going. I would hate to use up this whole pack and then it not work. So one thing I'm surprised to see though is after this thing has dried, it actually has gotten to a point where you can actually shred it and tear it apart now. So let's take this thing outside and see how it burns. All right, let's do a little time test and see how this thing does. So let's light it. Start it. Alright guys, I'm pretty surprised about that. So we made it to 6 minutes and 17 seconds before it went out. Now I gotta tell you, I'm pretty surprised about that for it being a DIY Mini Inferno. So this thing actually burned 6 minutes and 17 seconds. Now, it may have burned longer if it hadn't started raining. These are waterproof, so that shouldn't make a difference. But it started raining right at the end of the cycle, so that could have affected it. But I'm happy with 6 minutes and 17 seconds for something that costs pennies to make. So I'm super, super excited about how these things are turning out. And let's make some more. Alright guys, so I ended up getting 50 of them made up. Now, I still have wax left over and some of the little cotton pads left over, but 50 is enough for now. So I'm going to take my little container here and see how many it can actually hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them if it'll close. Yep, perfect. So that's cool. That ended up with even 10 fitting in this container. So I'm really happy about that. So that leaves me 40 left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bag up some of these. I don't have 10s for everybody, but I'm going to bag up some of these and send these out to our patrons. So if you're interested in helping support the channel, you can click the link in the description down there for our Patreon and join our Patreon team, the Wild Bunch, and you'll get, you know, certain little perks like this. So if I make something, you might get something. You get patron shout outs, early access to videos and things like that, custom patrons only stickers, that kind of stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, if you're interested in helping support the channel in that way, click the link in the description below. Alright guys, so super simple little project today, a little rainy day project, and it worked out great. I'm very, very happy with the way this worked out. So I would suggest, for the little bit of money it cost to make these, try it out yourself. Go get you some of these little cotton woven exfoliating rounds. I got these from Walmart. They were like $2.80. Like $2 for the lighter fluid. And of course I had the little container, but you don't have to have this. And I did have the beeswax, but beeswax is not all that expensive. And if you really break it down to see how much it took, so that was less than half a pound of beeswax that I used, and there's still a ton left in there. So if you see how much it made versus how much those things cost if you buy them, you're still way, way, way ahead to make these on your own. So like I said, I'm super excited the way these things turned out, and I look forward to taking them out and using them and just getting some real world testing on them. So I can't thank you enough for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, hit that thumbs up button for us. It definitely helps the analytics to know that you are enjoying these videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost a thing. Leave us a comment below. Let us know what you thought about this video. Appreciate you guys watching as always. I'll see you next time.